charge, and we felt sorry for him.
I know.
But
The difference being you wouldn't have to flip this light switch on and you came into my room because I kept the light on for 2 weeks. I'm serious.
Kevin got to do it. We went in the garage. He went, you told him to turn the light on. Went to the kitchen, turned the light on. Came back to the utility, turned the light on. Went all the way through the house.
Oh my God. I understand. I understand. Did you ever see that movie?
Was that Exorcist?
Yeah.
The Poltergeist wasn't any better.
That was it for me. I was done. Nope. After that, yeah, Man from Snowy River. Yeah, no.
That's a good movie. That
Yeah.
one's good.
I mean, Exorcist is a good movie. Just not the kind that I would watch again. Ever. Ever.
Was at a friend's house sleeping over there.
We'll try to make that. Got a new heater. I got to put in here. Okay. We'll go ahead and get started. It's 6:30. Well, good evening. It is 6:30. We'll get started. We'll start with the invocation. Mr. Whitehead, would you do the prayer for us tonight? Thank you, sir. If you'd stand.
Lord, thank you for bringing us together tonight to conduct city business, and we just pray that our hearts and minds are in the right place and concern of the city as a whole versus our individual thoughts. And just thank you in advance for keeping everybody safe this coming weekend if the weather comes in. And just praise you for who you are. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's 6:31. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Ms. Liz, if you'll do a roll call.
Eric Shine.
Here.
Bryant Sands.
Here.
Adrian Flores.
Here.
Lisa DeGifford.
Here.
Emily Reach.
Here.
Scott Mendham.
Here.
Steve Whitehead.
Here.
Roy Brunson.
Here.
We have quorum.
We're just having the agenda, the consent agenda, and you'd receive a motion.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Seeing none, roll call.
Eric Shine.
Yes.
Adrian Flores.
Yes.
Scott Mendham.
Yes.
Bryant Sands.
Yes.
Lisa DeGifford.
Yes.
Emily Reach.
Yes.
And Roy Brunson.
Yes.
Steve Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion to approve the consent agenda is approved.
Also, Mayor, there's a public forum in case anyone would like to address the city council.
Go ahead and open up for the public to speak. It is 6:32.
Seeing none, Mayor.
Go ahead and close at 6:32.
There is an ordinance on the agenda, and so the next time would be the procedural motion to dispense the rule of read all ordinances by title only one time. You'd receive a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on the procedural motion. Roll call.
Eric Shine.
Yes.
Adrian Flores.
No.
Scott Mendham.
Yes.
Bryant Sands.
Yes.
Lisa DeGifford.
Yes.
Emily Reach.
No.
Roy Brunson.
Yes.
Steve Whitehead.
Yes.
Procedural motion is approved.
There's no old business. In new business, there is an ordinance to rezone certain real property located on the south side of West Monroe Avenue, Benton County, parcel number 12-02653-001, from urban neighborhood residential R3 to urban thoroughfare commercial C2 in the city of Lowell, Arkansas, as title, and you'd receive a motion.
Entertain motion.
So moved.
Was that Emily down there? Thank you.
Discussion?
So I understand we're just looking at changes to a parking lot?
That is correct. And it's not the entire property. There's a parcel just west of Walker. Walker built a second building. They expanded their business. And beside that second building, they had a temporary parking lot. They would now like to make it permanent. And so in order to make that a permanent parking lot, they have to have a large stone and they have to have a director's zoning, which would be the city.
And planning commission's thoughts on this?
Yes, they are recommending.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Adrian Flores,
Yes.
Roy Brunson,
Yes.
Emily Reach,
Yes.
Lisa DeKifford,
Yes.
Bryant Sands,
Yes.
Steve Whitehead,
Yes.
Eric Shine,
Yes.
Scott Mendham.
Yes.
Motion to approve the ordinance is approved. I will read the ordinance one time by title only. Ordinance to rezone real property located on the south side of West Monroe Avenue, Benton County, parcel number 12-02653-001, from urban neighborhood residential R3 to urban thoroughfare commercial C2 in the city of Lowell, Arkansas. The ordinance number will be 1160.
Here is a resolution that we have to do every year, setting forth the meeting rules for the council. Mayor, I won't say this is identical to the one we had the previous year. I went through it and just made whatever changes need to be made for update with new law, but there was nothing substantive. I would say there has been some changes to the Freedom of Information Act. One of them is that to go to executive session now, an announcement must be very specific to the purpose, and so instead of just saying executive session for the purpose of promotion, demotion, termination, it has to be exactly what you're going to do, or what you're going to consider. So it'd be like to consider, a promotion of an employee. I didn't put that in there just because we change again. So, we try to make this so we don't have to go through it and change it every single year when something changes, but I just made necessary changes. I don't think there's any substantive changes though from the previous year.
Okay. Nope, this is 26.
Were there many changes to be made, or? Okay.
I'm honestly trying to find out. I know I did them. I'm just trying to find out one that I did. I never went to. Sometimes the wording was just awkward. I thought I'll probably think it's awkward next year. It was awkward, so if we go through, we didn't have anything that was incorrect, or I didn't think anything based on a year of meetings that was clunky or didn't work well. But if y'all see something, then certainly make a change if we need to.
I have a thought on here. There's been some question on the procedural motion for reading by title only by one time. I know that sometimes there's some interest to slow it down just a little bit. Is there any way we could split that out by, like, half of it we can read it by title only, and then another half of it that it was one time or three times?
Eric, I think that's a darn good question, because a lot of folks get tripped up with the timing, right?
Correct.
Just the last 3 months. But why should, you guys have to listen to me drone on to read the entire ordinance, especially if it's a long one. In the state law, it says, it calls this sort of ancient and antiquated tradition the rule. And it says that an ordinance shall be read distinctly and fully 3 different days, and says unless the rule is dispensed. So we're talking about dispensing with half the rule. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. You won't find that if you read that little code section in the state law. You won't find a choice of one or the other. But I believe that it's practiced in a lot of places, believe it or not. And I believe that that's fine. I just would want to make sure everybody knew what we were doing. So I wanted that motion would be, hey, Mayor, before we read the thing, you ask for a comment, say, may I please say that we're going to read by title only, but only once. We're going to have to read it 3 times in 3 different readings and see how the rest of the city council feels about that.
Okay.
If you want to do it that way. I mean, I don't think you have to make a change to your council rules. I think you just need to know that, and I think that we've done that. This city council certainly, the tradition's been, custom has been, if somebody wants to take an ordinance out of that, 5 ordinances tonight and we dispense with the rule, someone would say, hey, I just want to make sure, I'd like to take this particular ordinance out of that. But you could say, but also I'd like to make the motion that it's by title only, but on 3 different days. Is that answer?
I think it did. My question will now be, can the procedural motion, would we write it in a way that said that it was by title only, and then we would?
It is in there by title only.
Yeah, but one time, 3
One
times.
time by title
right.
only.
I know, but what we just discussed was not totally that. It was by title only, and then.
One time.
Yeah, and then one time by title only. Haven't.
I think that's up to city council, what y'all would want to do. I mean, you would think you'd anticipate doing 2 different votes then? One vote for the timing and one vote for the title, what you think?
Yes, I would agree with that. That way, it was very clear that it was 2 separate things.
So, I won't say it would be unusual, but I don't think it would be illegal either. We could do it.
So just a question for you, Eric.
Yes.
So you're talking about reading it 1 time by title only, or 3 times?
Well, that would take it from, so that Tom doesn't have to sound like an auctioneer reading through the entire thing, so it doesn't take us 4 hours to be here. So it could be read at title only, but I know sometimes there's the issue whether it's read 1 time or read 3 times. So taking the timing and by title only and split those in 2 separate
votes. I see. Gotcha.
I think that would save some heartache on some things. Wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely agree.
And once again, I know that Tom has a lovely voice for reading ordinances, but I think sometimes that he gets a little too much excitement for reading as fast as he can.
So how are you going to state this? Do you have a suggestion?
Being the dyslexic one on the council, I don't think I'm the one to put that together. Tom, do you have a way to state that?
Well, I think you've got a motion on the table in the resolution.
Actually, I don't think anybody's made a motion.
Yeah, let's say we don't have a motion or a second.
So I don't think we do it in the rules, in other words. I don't think when we put that in the rules, it would be on the agenda. But, I think if you want to articulate it in this little rule resolution, find a way.
Yeah, I think basically what I think is A there, 23A, would be split in A and B.
What is 23A you're talking about?
Under the procedural motions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. The agenda. I guess that would be a motion to amend.
So you're going to read both of these every meeting?
I'm sorry.
You're going to read both of these every
So-
meeting?
Right. When we would dispense with the rule,
Right.
We would,
It's not
It would-
dispensing with the rule anymore then.
well, it would be dispensing with the rule by the reading, and then we'd have the dispense with the rule by the number of times. It would make it two different motions.
You're saying the same thing, you're just cutting it in half.
Exactly. Because some people are trying to, don't think that they want it to go as fast, but then that makes Tom read everything, the entire thing through. So it's just to clean up, to make it, the meetings,
Send that to me
it's in your
in my packet.
packet.
Interesting.
It's at the end. After the description.
I don't have it.
Not me. I do it.
I don't have it. Okay. So do you vote on it twice or once?
Well, we would have two different votes. One vote on how it was read. And the second one would be how many times it's read. So the first one would just be that it's read by title only. And the second one would be, we can have it either one time, so we can have everything done this evening, or it would be the 3 times that would come back.
So you vote on the first one and you vote on the second one?
Correct.
Question. So if we say that we want it 3 times, then that applies to every single thing
Yes,
that's on there.
but we can change,
We can,
when we go through that, we can dispense with the rule and do it one time on, let's say we have a resolution that we just need to go ahead and, we can dispense with the rule on that one.
Okay.
And do that by one time only. Because I know that sometimes there's a heartache when we go through some things that,
yeah,
that people want to be able to stew on a situation for a moment and gather more facts and but be able to come into council and have that discussion.
Who reads it?
but will we have to do that before we read it, each resolution or each ordinance, or we would have to dispense with the rule for each time, each individual thing? If we wanted to not,
So back in the day, yes, before we started doing this, what we had to do was dispense with the rule with each one. Yeah, like I said, we could do the reading of just the title, and then we could make a motion and dispense with the rule at that time. Correct?
So who reads it? Does he read it or does the clerk?
The
And I won't have to read the ordinance anymore?
No, ma'am. So resolutions don't have a reading rule.
That's right.
Right.
okay, so it's just
Yeah.
It's just
So it's
ordinance.
ordinances.
Yeah.
And one way of doing it is having that motion split into 2 pieces. The first piece would say, a motion to suspend the rule and read by title only. That would be a motion to suspend the rule that requires, 3 separate readings on 3 separate days and read one time only. You take votes on each one, it has to be 2/3 vote for each one. You could also have, just sort of the option, you could maybe even write it on the agenda that says, the same vote, just the one vote, unless somebody wants to take item A, C and D out of that. And for those, they just want to do it by title only, but on 3 separate days. So some of them might go through on the one day, and others might be, held up if they didn't get a 2/3 vote. So you could do it that way as well, instead of always having 2 votes.
question on section 3 on special meetings. I didn't see anything in here, and not sure there really needs to be anything. I know, Mary, you do a very good job of kind of coordinating people's schedule, what's available. The thought that crossed my mind was, does there need to be a minimum lead time or anything before a special meeting? I mean, I know in the past we've kind of checked, see what people's schedules are, but does there need to be anything in there that says, you know, have to have a 7-day notice or anything? I'm not sure it's worthwhile, just something that crossed my mind when I looked at it.
Yeah, state law requires 2 hours.
Okay.
You can't call one and have one before 2 hours. You need to get
Yeah, I was
notice of the press.
thinking a little longer than that, because that's.
We try to work with schedules, but.
Well, and so you do a very good job. You say, you know, you're not you, and
Right.
you have a mayor that wants to push something across, and understand he's got to have the votes, and people there, but.
Right, no, I've never called anything that doesn't, if council members request a meeting and they have the signatures, then it's out of my hands and it's set, and that's been done, the one meeting, and the time was set, and at that point, the meeting is set, and it's out of my hands.
The only thing for state is a minimum of 2 hours.
The reason being, the idea is there an emergency? It was really sort of contemplated to be an emergency meeting.
Sure.
Sometimes you just need to do business, but in other words, is Jimmy saying there's water shooting 12 feet in the air?
Yep.
Right now, we gotta move money in the budget, according to Jay right now, we gotta do it right now.
Gotcha.
That would be, luckily, that doesn't happen very often, so. But that's why it's just that 2 hours, that's really to notify the press.
Do we still need a motion,
Yes.
period?
Yeah,
So moved.
Second.
well, the question goes with, are we splitting 23?
Well, that would be an amendment.
So
Well, that
we have
could
to have a
also be
motion to,
it could be in the
Right.
motion, or it could be in an amendment, either way.
so is there a motion to amend, or are you making the motion to pass?
I made a motion for as written. Now, if Eric wants to amend it,
So then I need you to pull your motion and a second, so he can make a motion to amend and go this route.
okay, I'll do that.
Same.
Yes, so I'd like to make a motion to pass this as written, except for an amendment where we split the section 23 as an A and B, where we dispense with the rule for the reading, and then the second section would be the number of times.
I second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
We have no motion,
I made the motion.
but they're two separate,
No, he removed his
I
motion.
know, but is this, you want to do it for reading of the only and then for
No.
number of times?
No. It would be by the reading by title only, and then the second half of it would be, a second motion would be for the number of times, 1 time or 3 times.
Okay, and you made the motion. Who seconded it?
That was
Adrian.
Adrian,
Adrian, thank you.
yes.
Roll call?
Emily Reach? Yes. Eric Shine?
Yes.
Steve Whitehead?
Yes.
Lisa De Gifford?
Yes.
Adrian Flores?
Yes.
Scott Mendham?
Yes.
Bryant Sands?
Yes.
And Roy Brunson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
So, Eric, I'll write that
Thank you.
up there to be for the next agenda.
I want you to send that to me. I don't have it.
What was the number on that?
Well, this is just for the extra change you made, but the resolution as stated here hasn't been voted on.
Okay.
No, I think
No, we just voted on it.
voted on
What
it.
are you guys
as amended.
doing?
No, I
With the
made it
change.
very clear. Sorry.
So you want this in place of this?
It's, It's the same thing except for one addition to it.
Well, you got me confused. If you want a number, it's 26-01.
2601.
Next on the agenda's announcements and discussion.
So the annual State of the City is scheduled for February 16th. It's customary for the Rogers Lowell Chamber. We'll be hosting a chamber night at 6 p.m. I want to thank everyone for, as you know, we had a wonderful Christmas parade. And outside of that, our...
17th.
Yes, it's the 17th.
17th.
Yes, 17th at 6 p.m. Ms. Karen, we have anything else for announcements besides we have possibility of some some weather coming in?
Nothing from us yet. We will be looking for volunteers for Easter, but it's not quite there yet.
Yes, we'll be stuffing eggs.
If we do have really bad weather come in, is there any kind of plan for places for people to be able to go?
That will be made, announcements through the churches.
Okay.
Jimmy has a cop.
Jimmy got your truck stocked?
He's gonna be in.
Yes. No further announcements. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So, second.
We adjourned 8:56 or 6:56.
Did Emily make a motion?
Do it first. Like 3 seconds.
Talk too softly.
Sorry.
Hey, I need to ask you something.